Hello to my Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, let's get right into your reading. We are still in the full moon phase, even though technically it's a waxing gibbous moon, right? But we are still in the full moon phase. So for those of you all who do moon rituals, you can do you can still do full moon ritual. We are not in the last quarter moon phase yet. You can still do full moon ritual. We had a full moon in Scorpio, full flower moon, and you're on the rebirth side. So let's get into it. Let's get right on into it. Let's get into it. Let's do it. All right, today is a great day. That's right. Speaking into existence. Today is a great day. Every day is a great day if you speak it into existence, right? Every day can be a great day. Let's get an angel number. Let's get an angel number, Sagittarius. Let's do it. Oops. Get this angel number out here. Let's get an angel number out here. Today is a great day talking to you. Let's make magic, right? So 151. Your desires are in your hands. Your angels say the time is now to create your future. The things you want are not just going to happen on their own. So you'll need to create them. The steps you take today have a direct link to what happens to you in the future. Sit in a quiet spot and take 5 deep centering breaths. As you inhale, envision supportive energy flowing into you. As you exhale, know that what you want wants you. So 151. So somebody may have been stuck between a very stubborn energy. So it's time to make magic. Time to make magic, right? Adjust your crown and make magic. Let's see if we got some messages from your ancestors. Right? Somebody could have been stuck kind of in a religious belief, like trying to move beyond, like trying to initiate some kind of change. They're just kind of stuck. But now somebody has an innate spiritual understanding of some things, and now you're trying to move forward, trying to initiate some change and make some magic happen here, right? So ask Source, God, Most High God, for clarity. Now solar plexus chakra cleanse, right? So you know the proper use of fire. You inspired them to heal. So sacral chakra cleanse. That's calming down some anxiety. You could have been a water sign that you inspired to heal. Could have been a water and fire sign to inspire them to heal. Could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. You could have inspired them to heal. Somebody has a lying spirit. You know, a python spirit. It's a snake. It could be a Scorpio because Scorpio is, we had a Scorpio. And the scales from your eyes could have been removed about something. You could have awakened from something that they did and they thought they got away with something. But your mental health is just as important as your physical health. And so something for you, you know, you inspire somebody to heal about something that they felt like they may have gotten away with, but they didn't. Your ex wants to return. I don't know whose ex that is. Could be an ex-friend, ex-love interest, ex-whomever, ex-whoever. But you are who they prayed for. Third eye chakra cleanse. Document your dreams day and night. You have a journal, document them. Drink more water as a form of self-care. You're a fire sign, so you could have some anxiety in your spirit. Pray and meditate. It's time to open your vault. Your vault symbolizes the next phase of your life. So again, we had a full moon in Scorpio. Scorpio's card in tarot is the death card. Death/rebirth. Energy never dies. So once one phase or cycle ends, you're entering into another cycle. Another phase within a cycle, right? We have 8 major phases within one cycle. And we're already in another phase within a cycle. So a full moon is a phase, and we're in a waxing gibbous moon phase. Right now. So healed people move differently. So apparently somebody has not healed from something, and so you inspired them to heal. It could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, who may have thought they got away with something. It could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It could be their sun or moon. They thought they got away with something, but they didn't. But you'll be letting go and letting God handle something. Somebody's an incubus. That's a sex demon. On my second channel, I talked about incubus and succubus spirits. On my second channel, somebody did not get away with what they thought they got away with. Let's get into your reading. Get into your reading. Let's go. Somebody may have lied to you about something that may have had you stuck between, two energies. Kind of confused. Kind of trying to go along with the flow, but your intuition was telling you something. It was like it was driving somebody crazy, and you blocked your third eye chakra cleanse. Like, okay, wait a minute, something on. King of Wands, yeah. Somebody told somebody that they would have their back. But they really put them in a wilderness situation. While they were doing something behind someone's back. Somebody told a fire sign that they would have their back. And it ended up causing somebody a nightmare. You and somebody a nightmare. Here's the Ace of Wands here. So it ended up, somebody was trying to expand their brand. And so instead it caused a lot of talking about people behind their backs. That spread all over the world. That could have caused somebody death behind closed doors. Caused somebody a nightmare. That could have caused somebody's death behind closed doors. And a lot of people were being shady with someone's child. So whatever this energy did, because it is sex demon, they created something. They proposed something. What did they propose? Whenever there's a demon involved, and a demon is their temptation, whatever they proposed, because the Ten of Swords is complete and painful ending, rock bottom, failure, collapse, defeat. It could have, like I said, the Nine of Swords is like causing a nightmare, grief, anxiety, trauma, depression. And then the Ten of Swords is like it causes somebody's end behind closed doors. So somebody has some kind of a vendetta against somebody who was in hermit mode. But a light for somebody came on in hermit mode, meaning like God was talking to somebody while they were in hermit mode. So somebody was having some downloads in hermit mode, even with something going on behind their back. This was an Aquarius. Was having some downloads, something was going on behind their back with a loved one. That somebody was in some kind of conflict with a fire sign. Some kind of fire, some kind of triangulation was going on. Like people were being turned against people. A younger person. They were in some kind of a conflict, some kind of a message that people were being shady towards a younger person. Something was going on behind closed doors. They were going through a nightmare. Somebody proposed something. They were being bullied, or something was going on behind closed doors while they were in hermit mode. So again, I'm talking to you wherever Sagittarius is in your birth chart. Wherever you are, if you're familiar with your ninth house, your sun sign doesn't have to be Sagittarius. If somebody was going through a transition, they could have been on travel, they could have been relocating, but they were in transition, right? And so, in their meekness, they were just praying. They were praying while they were transitioning for strength. And just operating in faith. Operating in faith. Definitely weren't a fool. They were closing out cycles and leaving behind distractions, closing out cycles. Yeah, but some kind of a something was done behind two people's backs. To grow people's abundance and prosperity. That people are talking about. Yeah. Something, yeah, somebody wanted some kind of a destiny swap. Yeah, somebody wanted to swap destinies with two people. This destiny swap is like wanting somebody else's life. Like somebody felt like somebody else's life would be better than theirs, which is strange. Like trying to mirror someone else's life. Which I don't know why somebody else would want somebody else's life, but yeah, here we have the Queen of Swords here. So whatever anxiety you may be feeling about something is going to be going away very soon. Because somebody's an open book. Somebody's an open book. Yeah, but so something is an end. There's an end to something. The new beginning. This death card is a new beginning. New beginning, right? It's a new beginning for two people. New beginning for two people. So something is over. Something is over. Yeah. Because of all the sacrifices that were made. And I'm seeing financial independence. Where's the oh, okay. Yeah, something is over. Yeah. Yeah, something is over. So people can move on from past disappointments and all of that other stuff. And just like I said, leave the past behind. Leave the past behind and just see things from a higher frequency. Yeah, some people are just free from all of that other stuff. Yeah, anyway. And that looks like that's what you have in common with, looks like that's what you have in common. Looks like you're seeing something from a higher frequency. Like I said, today's a great day. Learning how to just move on from some stuff. Oops, wrong set, wrong cards. Where's the other deck of cards here? Trying to make magic. It just looks like who is the male sex demon though? Where did that chakra come from? Oh my God. Yeah, so the moon card just lets me know what side people fall on. It looks like in this reading here, it's just like, okay, so when the moon card comes out, it just looks like there's a lot of secrets. It's a lot of secrets in the cards. It just like there's a lot of secrets that people don't know about. Lots of divides in the cards. Yeah, that's what this looks like. People being blindsided. Yeah, it's a younger person that was bullied here. This whole reading, it just doesn't sit right. Something about this reading just does feel it feels very sneaky. Looking at the cards, it just feels very, very sneaky. Anytime there's younger people being bullied in a reading, because that's what the Five of Swords is, like somebody being bullied behind someone's back, which is not cool, and it caused them a nightmare, and it could have literally caused somebody's death. That's what this is. That's what this whole reading is. Yeah, that's what the death card is. And it looks like some boundaries were crossed, because that's the world card. Like somebody was sacrificed, and some boundaries were crossed. It just seemed like, yeah. I'm gonna upload this reading. I'm gonna upload the reading. I'll just upload it. But something about this reading just feels very off. Very off-putting. Any other information source about this? Yeah. Boundaries crossed with two people. Boundaries crossed with two people. Now people are praying for people's strength, and somebody looks like a fool because people were just kind of holding on to information. All this talking about people behind their backs. What in the world? Yeah. Somebody was holding on to some information. Okay, I had to make some more room. But somebody was holding on to some information. This person is holding on to something really tight. Like somebody was holding on to something. Like, what is this? Anytime there's kids involved, I mean, even if it's a young adult, I mean, this is... It's a lot of cards out here. It seemed like it just took way too long for people to take some kind of action. To take some kind of, take some kind of action. That's why there's so many cards out here. So you have 7 and 4 is 11. 11 is a master number, meaning like it starts out here in the minor arcana with the King of Wands, right? So this is really like being on a throne. Basically, like somebody should have taken some kind of masculine action to pray. Pray and ask God for clarity. Most High God, the true and living God. God, what should I do? That takes 5 seconds to pray. I need clarity on something. But it looks like all these conversations needed to be had with all of these people. That's what it looks like. All of these, like, I got to go before this board, this committee, this group of people, that group of people. I need to talk to this person, this person, this person, this person. In the meantime, two people were being sacrificed. Yeah. And somebody was being shady towards somebody. Okay. Yep. People were being shady towards two people. Behind people's backs. Yeah. Alright, let me go ahead and close this out. Alrighty. Faith. Miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. So, yep. So, a lot of energy was put into something. That's what all this fire is about. A lot of energy was put into something. But whenever when you see all of these sword energy, it's like, if something has come to an end, a lot of secrets. It looks like in this reading there's a lot of gossip that's going on. So have faith in your dreams. Have faith in your dreams. So, I don't know if necessarily a solution has come out of all of this for something, because I'm saying that number 5, so there's definitely a divide. There's like it's a divide there. It's a divide. So people are praying for strength. If nothing else, a lot of gossip has come out of some stuff, and I feel like there's a divide where people have just divided. And some people are never going to talk to people again. That's what this is. And some people may be okay with that. That's what this is right here. It seems like people were more, with this reading right here, it seemed like people seemed like they were more concerned with getting the latest gossip and the lowdown and dirt on people. That's what this whole reading looks like. But in the midst of all of this, because I'm seeing this star card right here, was making somebody look like a fool. That's what this is. And what this card here, this world card here, there's 2 world cards here, is that 2 people may have felt like something was fulfilled. Like they may have felt like they ended somebody. They feel like, they hung somebody out to dry. They may have felt like they ended somebody, right? They may have felt like they ended somebody and their child, maybe because they did something behind someone's back, possibly in court. Some people may have gotten together and lied, because that's what this is. That's all this fire. Some people may have gotten together. They may have felt like they ended somebody in court. But whoever was a part of all of this stuff that was going on, whatever group of energies that was a part of all of this stuff going on, who did not enlighten people, because that's what all the fire is about. That's somebody didn't enlighten somebody as to what was going on with all of this. Has to consider what was done in the dark coming to the light, and that's all of a sudden also the karma. Has to also consider that as well. Has to also have to consider their karma. Because what's hidden in the moon is also Neptune and also Jupiter. It's also hidden in the Fool card is Uranus. That's the outer planet. What's hidden in the Strength card is the Sun. That's coming to light. What's hidden in the Hermit card is Mercury. All these things are hidden in these planets, right? So yeah, prosperity. So somebody has put their own prosperity on pause. Just by getting the scoop. So I don't know who put their prosperity on pause, just by sitting there and getting the scoop, going along with the flow, instead of just going directly to God. So that may not be you, just so we're crystal clear. It may not be you who's ever tuned in, but sources say somebody Yeah, today is a great day. I'm going to put that out in the universe because words are power. Words are very, words are powerful. But so it's want somebody to drink some more water, document your dreams day and night. Somebody's an incubus spirit. You're letting go of something and letting God. But it sounds like to me, looking at this right here, two energies, especially one of them, looks like there's a Scorpio in particular, got somebody looped into something because they have not let something go in their spirit. Like it's almost like somebody has some kind of resentment towards you, Sagittarius. Just like somebody could have some kind of resentment. It's like you and somebody are in parallel universes. It's like somebody has some resentment towards somebody else and somebody has some resentment towards you. And somehow, and I saw this in a different reading, a previous reading, and your life was mirroring somebody else's life. And it may have taken a minute for you to figure that out. It may have taken you a while to figure out somebody was doing a destiny swap. But in the midst of all of that, younger people were being sacrificed. So somebody was holding on to some kind of deep-seated resentment towards you that they were not letting go. It was literally like for them, they were going to hold on to that resentment for you for the rest of their lives. And somebody that dragged you into their resentment for somebody else was holding on to their resentment for whoever else they were holding on to the resentment for the rest of their lives, whether it was true or false. So whoever was holding on to the resentment for you may have said they weren't even going to believe any lies about you. They were committed to cutting whoever off because they said they don't believe any lies about you. So you could have been dragged into a karmic cycle about somebody else and somebody wasn't even considering that they were dragging you into their karmic cycle, if that makes any sense. So somebody could have been fixated on, they're not listening, they're not being dragged into a karmic cycle of lies about you. So, but somebody didn't even care that they were dragging you into their karmic cycle about somebody else, if that makes any sense. But that's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. But yeah, there were young people dragged into something. Somebody did not care if they were damaging other people's lives. That's how much they resented you. That's what this was saying. That they didn't even care that they put your stuff. That number 5 is a pause between the numbers 1 and 9. Somebody did not care that they were putting your life on pause. Your prosperity on pause. So, because they are an incubus spirit, they could care less. All they wanted to do was fulfill some kind of a vendetta. They didn't care if they ruined a relationship between you and somebody. They could care less. They didn't care whether it was a lie, truth. And when something comes out and it shows that it's a lie, and if something has ended, they don't care about that. They don't care. They're going to hold on to that to the end of time, and they don't care. They don't care. So that's what I have for you. All right? Bye.